Hi guys, quick Axion here. Right, I'm just going to do a quick video off the bat. This one is mainly going to be to do with if you've got liquid Axion, a bit to do with ladder staking. So I'm going to do a couple of ladder stakes here. We're going to go on about the price, a little bit. I joined Fixation's Twitter space yesterday, a bit on that. Then we're going to go on a little bit on Vabble, price movements, and what's in store for Vabble, which is coming up pretty soon, right? So to keep this video short and sweet for you guys, let's start off with this. So I've got some liquid Axion, got some in the test wallet. Now this is so simple. If you've got liquid Axion, all you basically do is put in however amount you want to do. So if I click send max, as you can see, it's 8 million. I don't want to do that amount because I want to ladder stake it. So I'm going to do, let's do 3 million for now on that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do this for, we want one of the big paydays. So if you look up here, as I'm going across, scrolling along here, the longer you do, the more of the big paydays open up. And eventually, the big paydays is bonuses for holding Axion for as long as you can, yeah? So what we'll do with this one, we will go down to two big paydays, which is, so this will end in, a nice juicy time is the next bull run, so end date, let's say August 2024 with this one, yeah? And then so we're going to do, oh look at that, 666. Oh my god. Now let's do one more day than that. It's bad luck, isn't it? Right, so and then we're going to create a stake. Plain and simple, because it's on the Polygon network, yeah, super cheap. Gas fees like 0.04. It's just like cents on the dollar. Like ridiculous. Then we wait for this one to go through. Now basically what you can do is do this weekly, you know, like if you've got a spare bit of cash, obviously this is not financial advice, but if you've got a spare bit of cash, in my personal opinion, a lot of the projects out there, including Axion, is going to go sideways, you know, maybe down even a little bit more at the moment, yeah, while they're developing stuff behind the scenes and things are quiet in the space. This is your accumulation time. This is where you do stuff like staking. And I always say have a little bit of liquid, you know, so that at some point you can sell a bit off to reduce your actual outlay, yeah? So obviously we're waiting for this. Polygon's a bit slow today. This is nothing to do with Axion. Right, so is that done? Yeah, so that has done. So we're going to while it's like this, we're just going to go up the top here and click refresh. Oh, it already done it anyway, but we'll click refresh. Excuse me, sometimes you can do that. Connect the wallet again. Now obviously when you guys have got time, connect wallet. There we go. Right, as you can see now, I have liquid holdings 5 million and total stake now 6 something million. If I go down to my stakes at the moment, guys, by the way, if you're new to Axion, the wrap Bitcoin dividends are on pause at the moment. There will be voting and stuff like that going on, guys, probably over the next couple of months in the best way forward. We've got the 2-year anniversary coming up in November, so something is being done around that. So you know, perhaps join Axion Friday, and you know, sometimes Andy does give a few little hints away of what's in store and all the rest of it. But as you can see, this is the stake I just created. 15th of October it finishes, 15th of August 2024, yeah, and the principal on that at the moment is 3 million, yeah. My total shares for that, yeah, at the moment obviously I've earned no interest, and it is your straightforward 8% interest. The longer you stake, the more percentage this is as well, yeah, and over time that actually increases as your progress increases. So we've done that stake. So now we've done 15th of August there. Let's do one for roughly about 2023. Yeah. So now we're going to go back again and we're going to stake. I always do this, send max and then just take a few off. Yeah. So let's do another 3 million. Yeah. So, and we want to stake. So we've done 666 days. So we want to be included in at least one of the big paydays. So how many days out? 523 days. Let's drag that down a little bit to maybe, let's do 387 days, so just over a year. So we're doing another 3 million on that, yeah, and then we're going to create stake again. Now I've already done this, and I've done this over the past year. Yeah, I'm just showing you doing this quickly. Yeah, so for you little guys out there, or even you whales out there and stuff, you know, over the years I've been in passive income programs, and ladder stakes work really well as the price increases of the token that you're in, and as more investors jump in and stuff like that, your price increases, your interest increases, etc, etc. So is this one come up yet? So now what we're going to do is, we've done that one, didn't we? Yeah, so we're going to just click refresh at the top, just refresh everything. I'm being a bit impatient with this, guys, because obviously I want to make the video as short as I can. Right, as you can see now, there's the next one, and this is how you do it, so on and so forth. Yeah, now the idea of this is, over time you might end up with about 100 different stakes, you know, all ranging from maybe 1 million Axion, you know, up to maybe 10 million Axion, or whatever you want to put in. Now the idea being is, eventually you will have stakes coming out. If you've got over, say, 100 stakes and you divide it up over a couple of years, on a monthly basis, you're gonna have your stakes ending, yeah, with the interest accumulated. That's the idea of ladder staking. As I said, always have a little bit of liquid, because, you know, the price of Axion pumped 10, 20, 30x, and you got like a couple of $100 in Axion, like in liquid, you can claw back a couple of $1,000 without hurting the project, because you also got some staked. Yeah, I have about 70% of my total holdings staked. Yeah, ranging from roughly 6 months, I think the next one ends, yeah, all the way up to the 15 years. So 6 months, I think like 8 months, 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, so on and so forth. Yeah, it's took me, you know, 6 months to a year to ladder stake, to have that amount of stakes. But yeah, that's that. So let's just do this last one. So we're going to send max. We've got 2 million left, and this one we would do for this. I still want to have one big payday, you know. So let's just, there we go. We just got that. So this stake is going to end a day or a little bit of it's going to end basically, well, this is correct stake. Yeah, it's going to end a couple of weeks before, or a week or two before that other one. Confirm. And then what you can do is you can then reduce this, you know, if you're not worried about the big payday, then reduce this to 200 days, yeah, or 250 days, yeah, and then 200 days, and then 150 days. Yeah, I think it goes down to wow, stake for 1 day. I thought there was a minimum on this, unless that is just in the accelerate minimum, 120 days. But anyway, you can stake for whatever you like, what it's showing here. That's, I suppose, if you've got liquid Axion. But anyway, so let's see if that one's gone through as well now. Did I create that stake? See a max 351 days I've done it for, wasn't it? Something like that, yeah. And got the big payday there. I'm sure I've already done this, guys, isn't it? Yeah. See, this is the thing when you're doing stuff off the bat. Yeah, I already done it. There you go. Right, so it's showing up there. Just took a bit of time. Yep. So as you can see now, so I've got a stake ending on October the 4th, 2023, November the 9th, 2023. Yeah, so October, November. Yeah, and then August the 15th, 2024. Yeah. All different varying amounts, you know, of principal that's gone in. They all started out as 8% APR, and then over time you just see what happens to these. So as I said, you know, when you get to the stage that you've got about 100 of these, yeah, it's but then you have to keep on top of it, because you have I think it's about 2 weeks to then withdraw or manage your stake. Yeah, otherwise you do get a penalty, and I believe it's something like 1% a week, I think. Don't quote me on that, you'll have to check that one out yourselves, guys. Right, quickly onto the price. So I want to get on to Vabble and then call it a day, because I'm up early tomorrow for work. Right, price wise at the moment, we did drop all the way down, my god, to the quadruple 5 at some point. Yeah, Yet again, you know, you've got sells, you've got buys. In this current condition or current market, you take notice of it. We've climbed up looking at this. So from that drop, roughly about 17%. Yeah. So when was this? 3rd of October. 3rd of October. So roughly 2 weeks ago, guys. So that's the way you got to look at it. We're actually up 17% in 2 weeks. Don't look at it as you know, like we're down, you know, like we're down, like it shows here, down 12% in a week. No, but 2 weeks we're up 17% in 2 weeks. Yeah. So don't always go by stuff like that. In other words, if you'd got in when it was down at the quadruple 5, yeah, no, it's more than quadruple 5, 5 zeros 5, yeah. If you'd got in then, you're up 17%. Yeah, and you tell me, in a bank in 2 weeks, you don't even earn 1% in 2 weeks. So this is accumulation phase. Obviously, we did when we went with Ape Swap, yeah, and fantastic news there. And it's a great partnership, strategic partnership. It's going to be very good in the next bull run, yeah. So we had this nice pump up, and as we all know, you know, I still have no idea why the whale had to sell 2 billion in one go. You know, didn't need the money. I've done a video on that. They're like 300 odd K in Ethereum. You know, I personally think they just done it deliberately to hurt the project. Yeah, in my personal opinion, that is. Yeah, everyone's entitled to do a sell-off, but that amount, to me, it was trying to dump the project. Yeah, trying to dump Axion to because we're on Ape Swap and we're doing well for whatever reason. Anyway, personal opinion. Just quickly moving on. Fixation. I managed to join yesterday. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Fix does a fantastic job Saturdays and Mondays, and he's over on Twitter Spaces now. So it's not the Discord channel what it shows here. I mentioned it to Fix yesterday. It says here 3 p.m. UTC time. So for us in the UK, this is 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. And I have tried joining a couple of times over the last few weeks, getting home from work, and to me it's like, oh, you know, Fix ain't doing it this week. But it's been at 6 p.m, guys, British Standard Time. So I did mention this to Fix. He's going to change this, showing it as that. And I'm not sure if you can do an actual, whether Fix recorded it yesterday. We had a good old chat in there. 15 people ended up joining in at some point or another. Some of the usual gang and stuff. We went through some, politics type stuff, Axion, Vabble, a bit of everything. So it's interesting to join this, guys, if you can. Fix does a really good job. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to me as well. Right, moving on to Vabble. Yeah. Now, Vabble's got some bits and pieces coming out. I'm still... I wasn't going to do this on Vabble here because the price at the moment is dropped back down to my buy-in price. Yeah, and I don't want to, because all my portfolio's down at the moment, and I don't want to sell something to accumulate more Vabble that way. So I'm going to work this week. I'm going to put some fiat into it. If Vabble stays at this price, probably... I'm hoping a whale doesn't see my video here and then pump the price back up to here again. It's nice to see, but just to put something in perspective here, guys. Yeah, Vabble, look, for 82,000 volume, pumping it from up to there, all the way up to there. It doesn't take a lot of volume to pump some of these projects at the moment. And when I'm saying pump, we don't want pump and dumps. We do know that you have investors that just buy in, sell at the top, and move on to their next project. And this is what happens sometimes. But if you believe in a project long term, your best dollar cost averaging, yet again not financial advice, and accumulate when the prices are very low. Yeah. The news with Vabble. So, development update. Yeah, we are close to releasing the public beta available for everyone to use. We have upgraded backend and widened to a new UI framework. This was a large component that is designed to be a great scalable solution and ultimately will minimize that growing pains. Yeah. Now, so you've got here, look, staking and Polygon bridge confirmed. Yeah, so this is happening. Yeah, you've got so it's going to be called Vabble Slate, I think. Yeah, Vabble Slate is in overdrive, right? Vabble Slate is where users will go to stake Vab, yeah, the Vabble token, where Vab holders will vote for the content, and Vab holders can vote for Vabble DAO governance, yeah. And as the guys here say, look, there are a lot of things happening, and these are our biggest highlights, and we're excited to take Vabble to the next level by kicking off the beta and seed to ecosystem and build on this foundation, you know, towards basically the full launch. Yeah, so guys, these are catalysts. Yeah, these are catalysts that, you know, only takes one or two big YouTubers out there to start taking notice of this. Yeah, and at the moment, you know, being honest, I'm hoping it stays a bit quieter. So just for you few amount of guys that watch my videos, accumulate at the moment, you know, before this really does take off like a rocket. And that is that's my own personal opinion. Yeah, I could be wrong. It's crypto at the end of the day, but my own personal opinion, I can see Vabble, you know, 20-30x in absolutely no problem whatsoever, right? And the same with Axion. Yeah, yes, price is low at the moment, but this is where you buy, guys. You don't moan about it. You know, would you rather buy down here or would you rather buy up here? You know, so just do your things at the moment, and that is it. As always, guys, be lucky in crypto, and peace out.